I don't say this as often as I could or maybe should, but damn, this video is packed so full of wrong, I'm not really sure where to start. No, it's a really short video, and I just hope I can make it last long enough. Feels like something I would say to my wife. Atheism is one thing. A lack of belief in God or gods. Atheism is not an affirmative belief that there is no God, nor does it answer any other question about what a person believes. It is simply the rejection of the assertion that there are gods. Atheism is too often defined incorrectly as a belief system, and yet, you guessed it, that's exactly what the guy in today's video claims. What a butt nugget. Please subscribe.
Uh-oh, human. Listen, I'm not going to allow you to be intellectually dishonest. Atheism is, in fact, a worldview because a worldview is how one views or interprets reality. It is a collection of beliefs. And you would, in fact, need to know many things in order to make the claim that God does not exist.
Well, I quite agree. And we do. It's called science. And before anyone gets all clever and leaves a comment telling me I'm wrong, remember these two things. Number one, I don't care. And number two, just listen to me say number one again. And the reason I don't care is that everything I know to be true isn't based on the assumptions of what some guy told me was real. There's a reason I no longer believe in God, and that's because there is absolutely no evidence showing that he exists.
You're making yourself look kind of ignorant right now.
Oh, am I now? And you're not? You do realize that everything you're claiming in this video is literally the exact opposite of the definition of an atheist. We don't believe that God isn't real, we just don't believe. So how exactly not believing is a belief is a little bit beyond my capacity for rational thought.
If your claim is that you're not convinced that God exists, it would be because you currently believe that God does not exist.
But atheism isn't claiming God does not exist. It's you saying God does exist and me saying prove it and then rejecting your claim. That's all. Suppose I was to tell you that this elastic band had the power to get rid of world poverty. Exactly how much do you need to know about the elastic band to be able to reject that claim? Nothing. All you need to do is demand I prove it. And if I can't, you're entirely rational in rejecting my assertion.
And you don't believe that God exists because you believe something else.
Try and think of all the things that you aren't even aware of as ideas that you aren't thinking about at all. Can we say you believe those do not exist? Or is it just that if you're exposed to the idea, you can suddenly state, I believe that is not true because it has been shown to not be true?
Listen, all worldviews seek to answer all the important questions. What is the origin to life? What is the meaning to life? Who am I? Why am I here? Why is there something rather than nothing?
But all worldviews try to answer important questions. What is the origin of life? What's the meaning of life? Who am I? Why am I here? Why is there something rather than nothing? Atheism does not claim to answer any of those questions. You would need some sort of atheistic worldview, such as secular humanism combined with something else to answer that.
You have a worldview. All people do.
Yes, I do, and it's an atheistic one. But a worldview isn't a belief. It's a collection of ideas.
But why does your worldview better explain life and all of creation?
Science? My worldview is based on evidence, and where there isn't evidence, I don't believe until someone can prove it to me. If that means something is currently or even forever unexplained, then that's how it is. And many people, including people a lot smarter than me and you, come to the conclusion that there just isn't enough evidence to say that God exists.
Listen, we're like detectives and we're both presenting our own case, but you have the burden of proof for why you believe what you believe, just as I have the burden of proof for why I believe what I believe.
Okay, so you say God exists, I say he doesn't, so yeah, we both kind of have the burden of proof, but with one major difference. I don't have to show you that God does not exist, I just need to show you that your evidence is insufficient.
And many ignorant atheists, they make the illogical mistake of saying that atheism makes no claims, but atheism makes no claims is itself a claim that would need to be defended, but it can't be defended because it's a claim. It's self-refuting.
I am an atheist, and as an atheist, I'm not claiming there is zero evidence for God. There just isn't. So it's more of a statement of fact than a claim.
And if you claim that atheism makes no claims, well then you claim ignorance, and so you might as well be a blank canvas, and if that's the case, well then I'll paint a picture on you. Whoop. There, look at that. That's you making claims.
No. I have lots of beliefs. I don't believe in Easter Bunny either. But since atheism is not a system of beliefs, it's the absence of belief about one thing, God. It doesn't tell you what I do believe. It only tells you what I don't believe.
Atheists make claims whether you like it or not, because every proposition that affirms something denies something else by logical implication, because truth is absolute and exclusive. Your belief that God does not exist is within your worldview, which is a collection of beliefs.
If God exists? I thought the entire point of your video is that we're all idiots because we don't just blindly believe he does. We don't propose that God does not exist, just that God has not yet been demonstrated to exist. And a worldview is a fundamental cognitive orientation of an individual or society, encompassing the whole of the individual's or society's knowledge and point of view. A worldview can include natural philosophy or themes, values, emotions, and ethics. You know, those things that you think atheists don't have because they reject your assertions that God is real.
And finally, atheism is not a lack of belief. Otherwise, you wouldn't even have any beliefs.
It's just a lack of belief in God, douchebag. It's got nothing at all to do with anything else that I believe or don't believe for that matter. The term atheist is quite specific. Look, it says right here, a person who disbelieves or lacks belief in the existence of God or gods.
But you do. I'm going to show you an example. Look, you don't merely have a lack of belief that this is red. No, you possess a belief that this is green. Likewise, you do not possess a mere lack of belief that God exists. Rather, you possess a belief that God doesn't exist.
Well, that's a really stupid example, isn't it? I can't believe this guy wants to compare God, which is unobservable, unverifiable, with a pen that is both observable and verifiable. Holding a green marker up to the camera just shows me that you're holding a green marker up to the camera. I don't need to believe anything. I can see it right there.
And your belief that God doesn't exist stems directly from your worldview, which is a collection of beliefs. All beliefs determine unbeliefs. All unbeliefs stem directly from beliefs.
Well, I don't know how to say this any more clearly. And it's funny that people like this guy always revolve their arguments for God around the word belief. Because by definition, belief is an acceptance that someone or something exists or is true, even without proof. So belief is required to accept God, and unbelief, which to be honest I thought was a made-up word, says it is a lack of religious belief, an absence of faith. Weird, right? The definition of the two words he's constantly using in his argument make reference to religion, and it being a requirement to accept something without proof.
So, listen, you present your case, I present my case, and then may the one that is most reasonable be believed.
Oh my god, this guy is insufferable. We don't have a case. There is no case. We just don't blindly accept the existence of God because no one can demonstrate that he's real. And just for a second, let's remove religion from the discussion. Is there anything else you believe in just because you were told it's true? Now, if you've got kids, please don't let them hear the next 60 seconds of this video. Are they gone? I shall continue. So, Santa Claus, Father Christmas, whatever you call him. Now, when I was a child, I believed with all my heart that a fat old man in a red suit was bringing me toys on Christmas Day. There was no doubt in my mind. I mean, where else were they coming from? So ask yourself this. When you were little and you got excited that he was coming with everything you'd asked for, did you believe it because there was evidence to show he was real? Or did you believe it because your parents and grandparents told you that a jolly old man in a red suit brought you toys on Christmas Day, but only to the good boys and girls in the world? Now, you can lie to yourself if you want to, but you know it was because the adults in your life told you he was real. So how is believing in God because those same people told you that he exists? How is that any different? I mean, believing in Santa when you're an adult would be really stupid, wouldn't it?
But don't tell me that this is not red. Tell me what it is. And to spend your entire life going out of your way to tell people you don't believe God exists, it's absolutely ridiculous. You look foolish.
But that's not what atheism is. Atheists do not go around telling people they don't accept God is real. They just say nothing. Well, at least the ones that don't have a YouTube channel do. We don't feel the same need as people like you, pal. going around making threats. Oh, if you don't believe in God, you're a bad person that isn't gonna get into a place that we claim as a way of scaring people into our belief system.
You need to get busy. You need to present your case, show people why you believe what you believe. Don't be a coward. Say what it is you believe and then defend what you believe. I'll do the same. Here's what I believe. Christianity is the most reasonable of all beliefs. Jesus is the truth and the only way to life. And I'll defend that. In fact, I have. My entire website is dedicated to it. Hey, did you know? As it turns out, I wrote an article on that. Oh, by the way, this is green, just in case you keep calling it not red. It's green.
Dickhead. So, did you notice anything strange about this video? Yeah, I know my videos are always strange, but today's was a little bit special. So when I found the video I've just responded to, there was a comment underneath it from somebody called Robin Dude, and I was so impressed with his comment, which was pages long, that I decided to make it into a video. Now, I didn't just take it and repeat it verbatim, obviously, but when I was reading through his comment, I was looking at it and thinking, this is everything I need to say to respond to this video. So if I just creakyfy it, we'll be golden. So Robin Dude, if you do happen across this video, top job, mate. Absolutely brilliant.
Alright, watch this next. But before you do, make sure you subscribe. By order of the Creaky Blinder.